My name is Vivek, and I started my journey in IT industry almost like in 2005 or six. A part of most of the service sector organizations, and also my experience spans through the product sector organization also. From last 10 plus years, I'm mostly in the field of big data and working on the data validation perspective, and all to do with the data part. Um, I have been also training and coaching people on the big data technologies. I've been a part-time trainer with Edureka for a couple of sessions. So my passion includes training and teaching also. As part of the other one of my previous organization, I was leading the big data competency, technical competency there.
So, about myself, I'm Janvi Murji, and as a recent BTech graduate, I've spent past 2 years immersing myself in both automation testing and big data space. And currently, I hold the responsibilities of a quality assurance analyst too in Epsilon in the Bangalore office, and I work under Vivek's team. And from exposure perspective, I have worked and have a firm grip on Selenium and VB script in automation testing and technologies like Spark, Hadoop in the big data space. And back in fourth year of BTech, I worked on several projects in machine learning.
So basically, with the there were a lot of challenges in our space, specifically uh, for the regression testing. We were going into conventional way of identifying and prioritizing our test cases, which includes a lot of manual stuff at our end, right? To see which are the priority test cases based on requirement, based on the impact, and so on and so forth. So we thought of, is there a better way to do that? And then we started researching on Google and internet to find out if there is a better way of approaching this problem. We landed into a couple of papers, and then we figured out there are ways where the machine learning can be used to solve this problem. Specifically, the papers which are floating on the internet are not very readable because it involves a lot of depth on on the mathematics parts of the machine learning, and those papers are at a very high level. So we thought it would be better to start getting that paper and then thinking of how to read that paper and then see how we can implement that the solutions they have uh, uh, called it out in those papers, uh, uh, and practically demonstrate to the team over here. And that's how it started off to solve this problem statement. So uh, and then that's when we kind of having this skills and people are interested in that skill, we thought how we can approach this, how we should give an opportunity to the people. And then we started having some kind of a POC, started self-learning on the machine learning part. And since Janvi was already experienced on that, and I also am doing doing my current I'm pursuing my data science from IIT Madras right now. So I'm also kind of a year now into this. So basically the grip on the data science was more, and also the SVM and the mathematical aspect of it. So and that's how we started implementing the solution and all, right? So this session is more for everyone. Machine learning is not the thing that is going to be in future. Data science and machine learning is happening right now. Most of the testers community, right, they find it challenging or they find it a difficult concept to jump into machine learning, but this concept can be applied to your day-to-day work, right? Right from the test case prioritization, defect, right, where can be your maximum defects, right? You can use it for the test automation, prioritization, and all of those. So there are multiple use cases where this can be applied to it. We are only targeting one use case and for this conference, but I think will be talking about where else we can implement it, this machine learning concept. The learning curve is not so steep, right? So we wanted to give the feeler to all the tester community. Hey, don't get scared of machine learning and the data science part, right? It is not so difficult a journey, right? I think, and I think the second thing is this skills can be applied into day-to-day works, and that's where we are going to have the message and then make sure that all the audience, including the test managers, the QA managers, including the QA director, right, where they are thinking of having those skills, right, in their team, right? So we are going to give them kind of a comfort zone. Yeah, this can be done. This is not a rocket science to be done. Key takeaways, as I said, right? I mean, I think all of the areas what we are trying to talk about, right? There are multiple use cases. We'll talk about some of the use cases, and also we'll just open up the floor if people have some questions on their specific use cases. And since this is our experimental journey, so we are open to learn from others also. So that is the key takeaway for us. We will be open. We are not in depth. We are like 6 months to 8 months in this, right, in our journey, and so we'll be learning from the community also. I think I'll start with a couple of leaders who has got a very huge impact when I just started my journey in the IT industry. And that's where the passion of learning has been imbibed into me. And it was in somewhere in 2005 or 6 when I started my journey. And then the QA head in my organization that time, he is now retired, but he called us, all of us, and then he talked about, hey, there is something called CST, right? And that is if you're in the field of QA, right, we know what is CST and ISTQB and all of those things. And we were totally unaware of those facts and all. And then he said, hey, my task is to have this grow. We had kind of like 500, 600 testers. He said, I have this vision that we need to go into have more of the certification, and then that will help us into interacting with the client and selling our sources, saying that we are skilled resources and we know more on the testing perspective. And that's how my learning journey started. CST was very difficult that time. I almost took 3 months to prepare, and then I was also scared because if I get failed. But then he was kind of very supportive. He said, yeah, it's okay if we fail also in that journey. And that's how, right, I think one challenge I took it, and then the learning and the passion for learning gradually started.
Yeah, so I'd say that I can't think of a better place to live apart from Bangalore because the weather here, you must have heard, is very nice. It's very peaceful. Apart from the unpredictable rains, it's a very peaceful weather here, and the food here is also great. And it's always called the city of Garden City. So it's green, and the connectivity is also great. And it's got a huge IT hub here, so a lot of job opportunities, and so many people from across India come here seeking for so many job opportunities. So I feel lucky to have been brought up here and completed my education, and also got placed here right after my graduation.